So the key things to avoid with this particular question are the cliched responses such as, I thrive on pressure, I love pressure. That may well be the case, but what we're looking for is examples and evidence. So we face pressure every single day, and whether you're in school, college, it might be exams, it might be balancing priorities, it might be sales pressure. I'll say, tell your story, make the point. That's always the key to a good answer. What we're going to do next is teach you how to answer this question using a sample answer. So follow the structure, and as I say, you'll feel much more confident when you actually go to the interview. So step one, guys, is always just list out your ideas. Now, perhaps you've worked under pressure naturally if you're in school or college with exams. Maybe it's presented in front of hundreds of people. Maybe it's sporting example, taking a penalty in front of a huge audience. And then there's some kind of family situations many of you might be facing right now, which is you're balancing college, you're balancing work, but you have to look after younger brothers and sisters. So there's a whole host of different examples of probably where you face pressure every single day. Once you have your specific example, that's when you know by now is we put that into a structure, which is CAR. So C is context, A is action, and R is result. So the C, where were you? What was the situation? The A for action is what did you do? And then the R for result means what happened. So the answer would sound something like this. In school, I'm part of the debate team, and recently I was asked to deliver a presentation with just 48 hours notice to 150 people. Now, the reason why this happened is the person who was originally chosen was ill. The action I take when dealing with any kind of pressure is to break the task down into smaller pieces. In this particular case, I wanted to understand the objective of the presentation and also the needs of the audience. The next step was to create and prepare the presentation, also to rehearse and improve. And the final step was on the day, was to make sure that every single thing worked and also every detail was covered. The result was, even though I was nervous, the presentation was really well received, and I was asked by the organisers to deliver at another event, and that felt amazing. So in summary, guys, you can see why it's good, because it tells a story, makes a point. It's a pressure situation of 150 people to deliver 48 hours notice. Tough situation to deal with. What the interviewing panel are interested in is your approach then to dealing with that pressure. So in that example was to go away to understand the objectives, understand the audience, prepare, assess, create, and attention to detail to make sure everything's right, which then led to the result, which again, as you know by now, is always the happy ever after, which was the person's asked to deliver again. So again, think about now your example and what's your approach to dealing with pressure. Use the sample answer as kind of a model, and as I say, you'll feel much more comfortable and confident in approaching this particular question.